It's Game 5 of the NBA Finals at Paycom Center. I've got Lou Dort here with me, and Lou, what an amazing opportunity that you guys have. This is something that you all live for, dream of, and I know all the fans that are going to be packing the building, they do too. Tell me about tonight, the attitude coming in, and how you try to keep it as consistent as you can.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one, another challenge. Playing again a really, really good team. It's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but we got to do everything that we got to do to win the game.
Yeah, you guys have had so many different types of experiences already just in this series. Tell me about maybe what some of the biggest things that you guys have learned about this Indiana opponent and how you can apply them here tonight.
I mean, they're really doing a great job pressuring the ball. That's the thing they've been doing the past 4 games. So we got to make sure we take care of the ball, and then we find the right shots.
Yeah, and offensively, a lot of that for you guys gets set up by your defense. And what we saw over the course of Game 4 in particular is it felt like your defense got more and more aggressive over the course of the game. In that fourth quarter, you're swarming, you're pressuring out to half court. Tell me how critical that is to be the aggressors throughout the 48 minutes.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge, especially at home. Having our fans behind us. But we got to set the tone, and then we got to do it from the beginning for the whole game. And then, if we do that, we're going to give us our best chance to win the game.
You've had a ton of cracks at Tyrese Halliburton throughout the course of the series. Late in Game 4, your guy Chet Holmgren is out there switching out in front and being able to get some critical stops. Tell me about the luxury that is to have a guy at 7'1" who can sort of glue together the defense in that way.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, we got so many guys that can guard the ball, and then especially those type of moments, you need somebody to step up, and then whoever's in front of the ball got to make a big play, and then he did great for a lot of possessions.
He also had some critical putbacks for you all as well. Your offense has been able to be kind of recession proof. If shots aren't falling, you found other ways to score the basketball. Tell me about maybe some of the other things that you guys are doing on a night in, night out basis to make sure you're just generating enough offense.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do everything we got to do to win the game, and then extra possession, anything we can do that can help. I mean, being aggressive on the glass, running the floor. I mean, there's so many stuff that we can do whenever the ball is not falling. But our defense is always going to give us our best energy, and then if we take care of that end, we're going to give us the best shot.
Yeah, you mentioned the ball pressure earlier that Indiana is applying to particularly Shea and J-Dub, and it seems like because of the sheer volume of ball handlers that you have, anybody can bring the ball up the floor and you can get into any kind of action. Tell me about that dynamic that you guys have and how that allows you to be creative.
Yeah, it's big. I mean, we got so many guys that can start it off our offense, which is good, and then at that point, we just got to move the ball and find the best shot.
This moment in time, it's tied 2-2 in the NBA Finals. This could be so distracting. There's so much noise. There's so much. I look at you and you're like the blinders on leader of this team. It just seems like you are so laser focused all the time. How do you try to bring that into the team and make sure that you're setting that tone and that example?
Yeah, we can only control what's in front of us, and then that's Game 5. So we got to go out there and face that game and do everything to win it. But it's just the playoff, and then there's gonna be a lot of emotions and stuff. But you just got to stay in the moment, and then go out there and then compete.
I don't know how anybody who's at home or at work all day today here in OKC is going to be able to concentrate on anything. But for you guys, when you run out on the floor 20 minutes before tip-off and you see that building is full and you hear that, what does that do for you guys to see 18,000 people ready to rock at 7:20, 7:10?
A lot. I mean, it's great to see our people, cheering for us. It gives us a lot of boost, a lot of energy, and then we always want to run through a wall for our fans, and then we'll go out there and compete at the highest level tonight.
It is going to be so much fun down there at Paycom Center. I know you guys are looking forward to going out and just competing and leaving it all on the line. Lou, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that's Lou Dort. I'm Nick Gallo, and this is Thunder Basketball. Chet, you guys get to come back home here, best of 3 now, and Dub was saying it's kind of a game 1 mindset. What's the feeling like going into this game with the series all knotted up?
I don't think it can be a whole lot different than the mindset going into every other game. It's a finals game. Every game is extremely important. Every possession is extremely important. We have to all do our preparation that we need to do to come ready to play and execute.
Shannon, Martha saying that you almost have to look at Game 4 as a loss in terms of the things to clean up. What kind of stands out to you as things that you are looking to get better from in that game?
I'd say some of our process on offense we can clean up. We didn't have perfect possessions on that end, and it's impossible to have a game where every possession is perfect. But you want to have more better possessions than we did last game. So we can clean that up, and then every single game you got to just continue to be better on defense. Knowing what they're trying to do and executing against that.
AC mentioned after the last game that the young guys on this team want to be great. Genuinely, just what is it about? I'm sure a lot of that is individual drive, but what is it about this culture, the people you're around, that has also helped that?
Well, when you see everybody else doing everything it takes to accomplish and maximize the potential we have as a group, it's hard not to kind of follow along. And there really is no excuse not to do it because you see everybody else doing it. So there's no excuse to say, "Oh, I didn't know how to recover right," because everybody in here is doing recovery after games on off days, and you know what I'm saying. I didn't know how to prepare for the game. The coaches are giving you everything you need. I didn't know how to work on my body. We have a great weight staff. You know what I'm saying? So there really is no excuse not to do it. And on top of that, we just have a group of guys that understand what a blessing it is to play basketball and get paid to do it, and just kind of love to do it.
Chet, what is the physical toll that this long of a playoff run sort of takes on you guys?
Can't even really put it into words. Unless you go through it, you just kind of won't really understand it.
How do you feel personally? You took some hard fall this last game.
I feel like I've gone through a playoff run, but it's not over. So feeling really doesn't matter. Nobody feels great right now. Everybody's feeling something. Everybody's been hit somewhere. Everybody's sore somewhere. So it's really irrelevant.
Then wanted to ask you about Kenridge. What were your first impressions of him when you got here? And just as we talk a ton about Shea and Lou, but he's the third guy who's been here the longest.
As soon as I got here and got to spend some time around him, spend some time in the gym with him, I could tell he was my kind of teammate. Every time he's on the floor and something happens, he's gonna stick his nose in there. He's gonna make every hustle play. He's gonna bring the mindset every single day, whether it's a game day or not. And he just plays a style of basketball that everybody wants to play with. Like if I'm going to Lifetime or 24-hour fitness or something, I'm picking him up first to play on my team. You know what I'm saying? So, we love Kenny around here.
Now, what think it's been tough for you guys to generate 3-point looks in the series?
I feel like that's a multi-layered answer. There is no one simple answer to that, but I'd say if you really wanted to dumb it down, I'd say we just weren't making them. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to continue to prepare, continue to trust the work that we put in, and trust that those shots are going to start going down. And naturally, when you see them go in, you kind of naturally find yourself shooting them more. So I'd say as a team, we just got to continue to trust that those shots are going to fall, continue to trust that shooting the right ones is what we need to do to win the games.
Have you seen the team, and for you, and I guess for the team as a whole, does it get more pressure as the games go on, or you're better just dealing with everything that's happening in the series?
As each individual game goes on, or
You're going
gets
game
later in the
5,
series?
Yeah, late in the series as opposed to when you first start the series.
I wouldn't say pressure is kind of what I'm even thinking about, really. Kind of just thinking about what I need to do to be ready for these games, prepare for these games, prepare for the other team, and try and put our team in a position to win.
Chet, it seemed like in the fourth quarter of Game 4, you guys were really aggressive defensively. There was no sort of prevent defense. How critical is that against the way that they try to play, that you guys are first to contact, that you're the ones that are aggressive?
It doesn't matter who you're playing or what they're trying to, what their play style is. You have to play aggressive on defense. Luck always favors the aggressor in most situations on the basketball court. If you're out there playing timid and you're half a second late to a play, that's the difference between points on the board and getting a stop. So you got to play aggressive. You have to trust that playing aggressive over time will leave you in a better spot. But you also have to play smart. Playing aggressive doesn't mean, gambling and making risky plays. It just means, playing super solid, but, not kind of giving up the edge, I guess.
When you rolled your ankle, it was awful nice for Shea to come over and say, "You okay?" and then double check when you go, "You sure?" But he followed that up with, "All right, then get up. We need you." How good did that feel, or did it almost like scare you? Say, "I got to get up right now." Got that man standing.
It did not feel good when I rolled my ankle. I'll say that. But credit to him for coming and helping me up. It almost seemed like I guess rhetorical question, because once I stand up, I'm good. I'm not leaving that game.
It was
You know
a
what
great
I'm saying?
moment for everybody
Yeah.
watching and getting to hear that audio. It was a great insight into you two together, and him to say, "Come on, man, let's go."
Yeah, I'd say it's a good microcosm of what our team is, and how we kind of have each other's back, and want the best for each other and want to see everybody doing okay. So it's definitely always appreciated when something happens and they come check in on you.